Ahead, stopping the bleeding at Facebook and quitting while we're ahead. Later in the show. Welcome to 3 Times Square this Wednesday from Reuters World Headquarters in New York. Our power player of the day, stepping in to give his company and employees a boost. The hooded one, Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook CEO saying in a regulatory filing that he has no plans to sell shares over the next 12 months. Also, the social network promised not to sell stock to cover a nearly $2 billion tax bill. The company lending a hand to employees as well, whose cheers probably turned to jeers as the stock has been unliked by investors. It is allowing some of them to sell shares a few weeks earlier than planned, in October instead of November. The decision applies to more than 200 million shares, though a billion more await lockup expirations through the end of the year. Shares fell to a lifetime low of $17.55 Tuesday, but are higher today. FedEx also suffering. It cut its profit outlook for the current quarter as international shipments are falling more than anticipated. The package delivery company blaming global economic weakness. Shares are down on the news. The weak economy not having a negative impact on Dollar General. It reported a profit that topped forecasts and raised its guidance for the year. Sales rose more than 10% at the discount chain, and its shoppers are spending more per transaction, though the sales jump was slightly below expectations. Shares trading near their 2012 high, above $56 reached in July. The Finnish company that once dominated the cell phone market, hoping it won't finish last. Nokia teaming with Microsoft Software to unveil their new Lumia phones this morning in what may be their last attempt to win back market share from Apple, Samsung, and Google. Analysts looking for lots of bells and whistles from the Lumia 920 and smaller 820 version. Nokia's global smartphone market now just 10%, down 40% from pre-iPhone days. This week's ECB meeting could be the Eurozone's last chance to save its economic union. Our Axel Threlfel in London is with us now. Not that much worry in the markets today, Axel.
No, you're right. We've got, about 24 hours until we have this meeting tomorrow. We'll no doubt be talking a lot about it then. But markets are getting a boost, Lisa, from reports that the ECB is going to go full out with an unlimited, sterilised programme of bond buying. This is a Bloomberg story quoting 2 central bank officials. Apparently, the plan will focus on buying short-dated government bonds, not a broader range of assets. The euro hit a session high on the back of this, and equity markets also ticking higher. Of course, we will know tomorrow, as I said, whether this is actually the plan. If it is, and apparently there's broad support for it from the ECB's council members, then we'll no doubt be hearing more from the Bundesbank, which of course has been very against such action. So watch this space. More tomorrow.
Okay, and Axel, here in the U.S., we're number 7. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but we're talking economic competitiveness.
Yeah, number 7. It doesn't sound so good, does it? It's where you guys stand or where the U.S. stands in terms of global competitiveness. That's according to the World Economic Forum's latest report. The U.S. continues its 4-year slide down the table. Not pretty reading for the Obama administration. Okay, it's out of 144 countries, but still this won't sit well. You fell from 5th to 7th because of, and I quote, political and economic problems that detracted from your status as a global powerhouse of innovation. There you have it. The political deadlock is apparently the big issue, Lisa. And let's face it, whatever happens in November, that could well continue even if you get a clear win for either Obama or Romney. Very quickly, Switzerland is top. The UK is 8th, but that is up on last year.
All right. Well, I guess lucky number 7 doesn't apply here, unfortunately.
Well.
Okay. Thanks, Axel.
Thanks.
And finally, beachgoers in Rio de Janeiro getting a major heads up. This sculpture of a giant head rising from the sea at Botafogo Beach. It's part of an exhibition titled Other Ideas for Rio. The idea behind it? If you're too busy to visit art museums, the city will bring art to you. Major installations can be seen throughout Rio through November 6th. We'll report back if a splash of water to the face opens this woman's eyes. That's the latest from 3 Times Square this Wednesday. You can follow us on Twitter at Reuters Insider and check out our Reuters YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Lisa Bernhard. This is Reuters.